or anywhere else in West Africa. Other countries are just banning flights out of those countries. Other African countries are. Arab countries are doing it. But if America does it, Geraldo Rivera will come out and say it's racist, literally. Again, InfoWars is bad, Drudge is bad. Keith Olbermann's attacking, we're bad. We're just fearmongers, folks. There's nothing bad in South America or Central America or in Liberia. I was talking to an aid worker who was over there, and her boyfriend got killed. And they were in an African country, supposedly not that dangerous, and they came in and hacked him up, screaming "Whitey" in the African language as they chopped him up with a machete. I had a guest on the show where that happened, and then, because, most of these, you think only racist are white people? I mean, give me a break, folks. It's so naive. This country is just helplessly brainwashed by television. And African countries aren't letting people fly in from the really bad areas, but we are going to have open ones, and Geraldo Rivera is going to run around screaming at people that want to control the border. I mean, look, what's the point of being a citizen if anybody can vote, anybody can get welfare? I mean, it's a joke. It's meant to bankrupt us, period. And Geraldo is not stupid. He wants to sit on top of the slag heap. Better to reign in hell than serve in heaven. He wants to wreck the country, but be politically correct in this new hell based on what color you are. And people go, good, you whiteys will get what you did forever. You know history, everybody enslaved everybody. It was white people ended slavery. Shut up, racist. Shut up, idiots. See, I start getting focused on serious news and I get mad. Well, of course they're worried about airborne Ebola. Look at this headline right here. From 2 years ago, Disease Daily, from pigs to monkeys, Ebola goes airborne. When news broke out the Ebola virus had resurfaced in Uganda, investigators in Canada were making headlines of their own with research indicating the deadly virus may spread between species through the air. Why'd I always go to a Ted Knight voice now when I'm reading? Aquaman summoned 3 giant whales. The team, comprised of researchers from the National Center for Foreign Animal Disease, the University of... See, I'm just going to be serious here. 4 cynomolecularless Marcarius, a species of monkey commonly used in laboratories. The animals were separated by wire cages to prevent direct contact between the species. Within a few days, the inoculated piglets showed clinical signs of infection, indication of Ebola. Then it went on that they got Ebola. Maybe Ted Knight had Ebola. Maybe he wanted a big vial of it. Maybe God, stop putting Ted Knight on the screen. It's going to cause me to really screw around and want to go watch Caddyshack tonight. Or an old Mary Tyler Moore with all the political correct brainwashing. But you still watch it for Ted Knight. I'm not fired, am I, Lou? Anyways, this is very serious, and the government thinks it's no big deal. Maybe they've gone crazy like me and are just laughing about it. I don't know, but here's the big story by Kit Daniels up on Infowars.com. Ebola may have already crossed border, secret Border Patrol report shows. There's no doubt feds are shipping illegals from Ebola-struck countries across the U.S. at taxpayer expense. After the Customs and Border Protection reported that its agents caught nearly 1,000 illegals from Ebola-hit countries this year, meaning many more have not been apprehended, the question remains whether President Obama will secure the border and stop shipping illegals across the U.S. to prevent a major pandemic from killing Americans. And then it goes into the secret report by the CBP at the top of the Border Patrol that has now come out. We probably just need to add in here that is a secret report and link to Breitbart. We have the whole report in the article, and it just goes over the fact that most of these West Africans are going to the East Coast, and places like Austin, Texas is actually listed as one of their destinations. And nothing against these Western Africans. A lot of times they're taxi drivers, and when I need a taxi, and in fact, not lots of times, every time a West African has driven me to the airport or taken me back or taken me to pick up a car at the shop or whatever, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. They're a wild listener going, Alex Jones, oh, God bless you. Oh, we love you. I mean, so they all like me. I like them. Nothing against West Africans. The media will say it's racist that I don't want Ebola. I bet they don't want Ebola. I bet West Africans that live here now don't want Ebola. And I bet they want the people coming in illegally to be tested. But I'd forgotten how when the West Africans, I was always asked where you're from, and it's just like, it's the West Africans. That's the most populous area of Africa anyways. So a lot of the Africans coming in from Africa are West Africans, the old Gold Coast. And that's Liberia, Sierra Leone, Ivory Coast, Nigeria, all those areas. Anyways, I'm getting off into anthropology, sociology here. We're going to come back and take phone calls. Will and whoever else is up next. We're going to get to all of you. We have to go into overdrive. We're going to do it all. Infowars.com, prisonplanet.tv. And you're going to follow us. That's Real Alex Jones on Twitter.
Summer is here, and nothing looks better than tanned skin and white teeth. Hi, I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Power Swabs. And if you want to have whiter teeth in 5 minutes, then try clinically proven Power Swabs. Power Swabs whitens teeth on average 2 shades in 5 minutes and 6 shades in 7 days. Better yet, it removes stains on natural teeth as well as caps, crowns, and veneers. Power Swabs is so effective that thousands of professional dentists have used it nationwide, and now you can try it without paying a visit to the dentist. Call to whiten your teeth in 5 minutes, risk-free. Plus, get free shipping and handling by calling now. 1-800-281-6805. That's 1-800-281-6805. I guarantee your friends, family, and coworkers will love your new Summer White Smile. Get your risk-free order at 1-800-281-6805. That's 1-800-281-6805.
A chemical spill contaminating the water supply in 9 West Virginia counties.
This year alone, over 300,000 people in West Virginia had their drinking water contaminated.
What are the health effects of having these drugs in our drinking water?
It's forced medical treatment without the consent of residents.
My friends, water filtration is one of the most basic actions you can take to protect you and your family from the harmful toxins and heavy metals in your tap water.
On average, the county says it sprays with the glyphosate at least once a week.
Few filters cut out the glyphosate that is found in water supplies worldwide. Remove pesticides, herbicides, chloramines, hydrofluorosilicic acid, sodium hexafluorosilicate.
Fluoride, it is in tea, it's in coffee, it's in water, it's in bread, it's in toothpaste.
It is our responsibility to protect our families. The establishment's not going to do it. It's time to take action. It's time to filter our water. Visit InfoWarsStore.com and use promo code WATER to get 10% off their entire family of incredible products. Or call toll-free 888-253-3139.
Mike Stenerson from Midas Resources. At no time in history have precious metals been more important, certainly not in my 22 years in the industry. The dollar's lost over 90% of its value in the last 60 years. No fiat currency has ever survived the government printing presses. Ours is not immune. The time is now to be proactive. 1-800-686-2237, extension 116. Anything tied to the dollar is at risk. CDs, annuities, 401ks, IRAs, stocks, bonds, you name it, so decide. Do you want to leave a legacy of wealth or debt for your family? The choice is yours. Call me at 1-800-686-2237, extension 116. That's 1-800-686-2237, extension 116. Be proactive, not reactive. Call 1-800-686-2237, extension 116.
Good news. Israel has withdrawn most of its ground troops from Gaza, hinting the operation might be coming to an end. Any way you slice it, that's good, in my view. NASA announces Mars 2020 rover payload to explore the red planet as never before. Tennessee doctor in self-quarantine on return from Liberia, Ebola hotspot. Let's go back to your phone calls. Let's talk to Will in FEMA Region 5. What former state are you in, sir?
Michigan, on the lovely west coast of Lake Erie.
All right. Well, what did you call in about today?
Well, as you had on your thing where Toledo and what part of Michigan I'm in had to have our water shut off all weekend because of that algae bloom, and I'm wondering, could that have been possibly caused by all the weather manipulation?
Well, we know there's a lot of weather manipulation going on, but that's classified. Slaves aren't told that. So again, we don't know, but they're saying that algae bloom created toxins that would kill you if you drank the water. But now they're saying it's okay. What do you think the answer is?
Well, they're cleaning out the system. I'm not touching the system at least for another week. And
well, here's the deal. This is a government caught thousands of times doing lethal tests on citizens and killing people. So I'm never drinking the tap water. I always drink filtered or distilled or high-quality bottled, preferably from someplace like Italy, where they take pride in not poisoning their population. Absolutely. I mean, there's a plug for ProPure, 10% off promo code WATER on super high-quality stainless steel gravity-fed systems that blow away the competition at a lower price at InfoWarsStore.com, and support the InfoWar while you're at it. I mean, if that isn't Guardian of the Galaxy good, I don't know what is. Thank you, Will. Thank you, Will. Let's go ahead and talk to Patrick in North Carolina. You're on the air. Welcome.
Hello, Alex?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Just first time, long time. Appreciate everything you do for us.
Thanks for putting up with me, brother.
Yeah, you got it. The thing that I want to talk about is, and it seems like this has just kind of gone away from mainstream news and everything, is this $20 trillion debt bubble that at the end of Obama's term that we're going to be stuck with, because there's not going to be any money for another bailout because it's coming. And
by the way, that $19 trillion, about to be $20 trillion, 7+ trill of that, it was under Obama. Again, he said he would cut it in half. It's almost doubled under his tutelage, under his loving hand. And again, there's no way to pay this back ever. And if you count the real expenditures, it's more like $20 trillion, what we've signed on to. This is to wreck us. So the bigger question is, why do they want to wreck the borders, the water, the fund Al-Qaeda? What is their plan?
What I think is Obama knows what he's doing is probably going to cost him the Senate in the fall. And just like you said, he's got a pen and a phone, so he doesn't really need the Senate. But what he needs the Senate to be is even if it's just a one-seat majority, when the dollar collapses, for it to fall on the Republicans, because they'll run the Senate and the House, and the media will never blame him for it.
Oh, that's a plan. Let the Tea Party get in, implode everything right when they get in and blame them, and the public would believe it. Absolutely. That's a great point.
Yeah, and something else that no one talks about is after this 2014 election, he's going to have free will to do executive orders on, the Second Amendment, because nobody talks about what he voted on.
Oh, yeah, and he's already gotten away with everything else. They're just setting the precedent. Oh, I know. This is the season of crazy land. Everybody better be involved. If you're a good person in the FBI or Border Patrol or wherever, leaking information, exposing treason. That's your duty. Like the Border Patrol just did with this document on how Ebola can come across, and probably has. That's up on InfoWars.com. I'm going to do some overdrive and take more of your calls, and I'll tell you what else. He doesn't just have a pen and a phone. He's got something else, ladies and gentlemen, that he can use. And no, it's not just Homeland Security and the gun, as Mal said. No, it's more than that. From the water table to our soils to the atmosphere itself, our world is becoming more and more toxic each and every day. But it's not just the air outside that's toxic. Indoor air has been shown to have 2 to 5 times higher concentrations of pollutants than even outdoor air. And most Americans spend 90% of their time inside using toxic chemicals within their homes. There are more than 42 million smokers in the United States. Well over 1,000 types of mold and mildew linked to numerous conditions. And don't forget the fact that 6 million Americans live with pets they're allergic to as well. When I began to research these statistics, it was clear to me it was time to start cleansing my lungs in order to combat the toxic environment that we cannot escape, but that we can fight back against. Made with organic and wild cultivated herbs and manufactured in the USA, the new InfoWars Life Lung Cleanse is here in a convenient spray bottle that can be brought with you throughout any toxic environment. Now available exclusively at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139.